What's up YouTube, Jeff back again from DopeTechDaily.com. Today I'm bringing you guys some more Samsung Galaxy S9 coverage. I've already made my video with the first 10 things to do after unboxing your Galaxy S9. I also made a video addressing 5 common problems and how to solve them. I'll drop those links below if you guys are interested in checking those out first. Let's jump right into today's video. As usual, I have a Google Keep document with all of my various points. Today I'm going to talk about 9 tips to customize your Galaxy S9 and improve the experience with the phone. So the first thing is a very simple tip. It's the lock screen shortcuts. You guys will notice if I go to the lock screen on my phone, right here I've got the Hangouts and the Flamingo shortcut. Flamingo is my Twitter app that I use to replace the stock Twitter app. We'll talk more about that later. But the way you go ahead and change these shortcuts on the lock screen is to go into Settings and then scroll down to Lock Screen and Security. If you scroll down, you'll see App Shortcuts right there, that option. You can change the left shortcut and the right shortcut to absolutely any app that you want that you've downloaded on your phone or that came pre-installed. Very simple. You can then swipe up from those shortcuts on the lock screen, and then it's going to go ahead and open right to the app that you're interested in. So if I swipe up on Flamingo, as soon as I open my phone, it launches right into the Flamingo app. So that's kind of cool. So a very quick and easy one, but also one that will be very functional. The next thing is game mode. So if you're a gamer or you like to play games on your Samsung Galaxy S9, you're going to find this one really helpful. If you go into the settings again, this time scroll down to where you see advanced features, and then you'll see games right there is the second option. Go ahead and tap on that. I'm going to turn Game Launcher on, and it's going to pop up a thing here that says add to the home screen. You can add the game launcher to the home screen. I'm going to do that. And then it'll allow you to tweak your settings. So if you go into Game Launcher itself, it tells you there, what it does. It basically allows you to turn off notifications and change some settings and tweak some features while you're playing your games. So you can see it adds the game launcher icon. If I tap on that, it'll go ahead and go into the game launcher itself. You can agree to the terms and conditions of using Samsung services. And then you can go ahead and choose a lot of the different settings. So you see here your preferences, tune performance, you can save power, you can mute your game. If you go up here, it'll also show you all the various games that you have played. Again, I just turned it on, so there's not anything there yet. You can add a game. You can also tweak all of your settings there, like turning on app notifications or turning them off when you're actually playing your games. So this is a really great feature if you are a gamer. It's something that Samsung has added the last couple iterations, and it's definitely something that you'll like if you do play a lot of mobile games. The next thing on my list is fingerprint gestures. So if we go back into the settings menu, it's actually in the same exact location as the game launcher. You'll find the fingerprint gestures right under advanced features. So if you look right there under fingerprint gestures, you see I already have them turned on. There's 2 gestures you can enable if you turn the regular gestures on. If you swipe down on the fingerprint sensor, it opens the notification shade. You guys can see I just swipe down on the sensor. If you swipe up, it'll close the notification shade. If you have, you're right at the home screen and you swipe up on the sensor, it'll actually open Samsung Pay. So this one's a little bit trickier, but you can see right there, it works. You just got to get your finger used to doing that motion, swiping up on the fingerprint sensor like that right there, and then it'll open your Samsung Pay. I wish they would have gotten rid of the little line at the bottom for Samsung Pay because of the fingerprint gesture. You don't really need that line there, but they didn't, so we have to kind of live with that, I guess. The next thing is a custom keyboard. So this is really a preference thing, but I'm not the biggest fan of Samsung's keyboard. So you can see right here, this is what the stock keyboard looks like. It's just not as good at predicting autocorrect and those sort of things. The swipe isn't as nice as I'd like. So personally, I like to get a third-party keyboard. There's a lot of them to choose from. I personally like to use Gboard, which is Google's stock keyboard that comes installed on the Pixel devices. You can find that in the Play Store just by searching for Gboard, which I did right there. It's a very nice, clean keyboard, which I'll show you guys in a second. It has a lot of different themes, so if you're trying to achieve a certain theme sort of look on your phone, you can definitely do that with Gboard. You do have to enable a few settings right here, so it'll tell you to enable Gboard as a possible keyboard, select your input method, change from Samsung keyboard to Gboard, and then you have to accept some permissions, of course, to allow Gboard to actually access the keyboard. And then if you hit done, it'll let you change all of your things like language preference. If you look at the theme, there's a lot of cool themes here. You can even get landscapes now. You can also get a bunch of different colors. I personally like the AMOLED theme right here, which is the all black keyboard. You can also choose to have borders or not. I don't really like the borders. That's one of the things I like about it. You can also edit all the things like your personal dictionary, glide typing, voice typing, etc. It's a very clean looking keyboard. I just think it looks a little bit better than the Samsung keyboard, as you guys can see right there. I think it looks very nice and clean. If you're going for a dark AMOLED theme, this is also a great option as well. So again, not something you have to do, but if you're not a fan of the Samsung keyboard, much like me, you might want to consider it. The next thing is to get a custom always on display. So you guys might have noticed when I actually had the phone at the beginning, I've got this custom always on display that's got this Galaxy image to go along with the Galaxy S9. It's a little image that's displayed between the time and date and the battery percentage. It's pretty nice. You can get this just by going into Samsung themes. So if you go down to Samsung themes, one of the options is always on display, which is here on the far right side, as you guys will see. And this particular one that I have installed, as you can see here at the top, is called Creation UI. It's the one that's got the Galaxy, but there's a bunch of different fun images that will match your style. You can browse through here and find one that works for you. It just personalizes the phone a little bit more and makes the always on display look a little more interesting. Now obviously if you get a color one, that's going to drain a little bit of battery life, so you might want to keep that in mind when picking one of these particular images to use on your always on display. The next thing is a custom launcher. So you guys probably have noticed this entire video, I am not running the stock Samsung launcher. This is actually a launcher called Action Launcher. It's one of my favorite launchers out there because of the quick theme settings, and also the developer Chris Lacey is always building in new features. With a custom launcher, you can also enable a custom icon pack, which is the other thing that's next on my list. So you can see right here, I'm running the icon pack called Let It Be O, which is actually a pixel-inspired icon pack that has some really nice material design, flat colors, as you can see right there. One of my favorite things about Action Launcher itself is that it has some really cool features like covers, which you can swipe up on. You can then hide all of your shortcuts in a folder behind the cover, and all you got to do is swipe up on the icon. That's really nice. You can also slide out an entire sort of app drawer right here as a text list. That's really, really nice. You also get the pretty much default Pixel theme from the beginning. You got your at a glance at the top. You've got your Pixel search bar, and you can customize all of that stuff from within this quick theme option right here. You can customize all the colors from the app background to the folder background, everything you want, the search box. It's a very nice launcher if you just want to get a quick theme going and you don't want to spend forever. Now, Nova Launcher is fantastic. A lot of people love Nova Launcher, and I think it's a great launcher. I own the Pro version as well, but I've preferred Action Launcher as I've sort of gotten older and had less time in my day to fumble around with some really complicated themes. So I think this is a great launcher for beginners. The other launcher that I showed you guys in my previous video is the Android P Pixel Launcher, and you can actually change your default launcher by going to Apps, and then in the top corner here, tap on this, Default Apps. You'll see right here when you get to home screen, you can change it. And the other one I talked about was the Pixel Launcher. That's also a very good launcher. If you want to see a preview of that one, check out my previous videos. I was running that on the Galaxy S9. It's a lot more simplistic. You can't get a custom icon pack, but it's definitely a useful launcher if you just want to get a minimalist experience. But I definitely think Action Launcher is great if you want to start playing around with customization. If people are interested in me making a full video about Action Launcher and my setup, definitely let me know and I'll be happy to do that for you. The next thing you can do that's cool with custom launchers, besides the icons and all of the customization of your home screen, is actually add a custom widget. So here I have a custom music widget. This will play whatever the default music player is. It's nice and minimalist. You can see if I press this button, it starts playing my music from Spotify. Now this is actually using a couple of tools. One of those tools is the KWGT widget tool for Action Launcher. It works in along with your launcher, any launcher really. I have the Pro version. You do need that in order to get this particular setup. Then I also bought a add-on widget which is called Goo.io. It has a bunch of really cool material design, sort of googly looking cards, layouts for your widgets. Has a bunch of stuff, music, calendar, Google search bar. You could replace the default one in Action Launcher. A whole bunch of really cool stuff. I just picked a music one right here called Music Player 3, which is blue. It looks very material design and looks really good with the wallpaper that I have on the Galaxy S9 right now. So you can add all kinds of custom widgets if you actually install KWGT, and again, I'll put all the links below in the description so you guys can grab it. It does cost a little bit of money. It costs like $2.99 or so, I believe, to get the Pro version so that you can install all these pre-made packs. You can also do them yourselves, but again, since this is a video sort of targeting beginners, that's not something I would recommend right away. That's why I did show the pre-made pack of widgets, goo.io, which I'll link as well. The final thing is to replace some of the stock apps. So one of my favorite things about Android is that you can replace stock apps with third-party apps that fit your style, that fit your use a little bit better. And it's not that you have to replace every stock app. I'm not saying every app that comes on the phone is bad, but there's a couple of things that I would recommend that I like to replace, and you can sort of see as you go along what you like. I like to replace the stock weather app just because I like Dark Sky. It's a great app that does really good up-to-the-minute weather tracking and predicting in terms of wind, precipitation. It's very, very good at telling you when rain is going to start and giving you a warning. It is a yearly subscription, but it's worth it in my opinion. I like to replace the stock Twitter app with Flamingo or Phoenix, which is a third-party Twitter client. You guys saw it earlier. It's got a really nice theming engine in it, and I really like the AMOLED theme right here, which I get the all black sort of timeline with a color accent, whatever you want. I'm using the lilac purple Galaxy S9, so I tried to match my Flamingo theme to that. And then, there's a lot of other things you can do. There's just tons of different customization apps. I also like to download a replacement file explorer because the one that Samsung has just isn't that nicely laid out. Solid Explorer File Manager is a really good file explorer that will let you look through and find, where your files are located. It also has an AMOLED theme, which is really nice. And you do have to accept, of course, some permissions for it to access storage, etc. But a really nice material design and very easy to find what you're looking for on your phone. So again, I'll link all of those below, all of my suggestions for replacement apps. Twitter, I would say, and the weather are two big ones, along with the keyboard, which I showed you earlier. But on Android, the customization options are endless, so just have to experiment and play around. But all of the stuff that I recommend will be linked below. If you guys are interested in me making any other videos on specific replacement apps, let me know and I'll be happy to do that. Anyway, that's my full list of top 9 tips to customize your Galaxy S9 and improve your experience. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification icon so I can make future videos like this. Find me at dopetechdaily.com, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter. The link's in the description. You can also find me writing over at gadgethacks.com where I write about Android. I really appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.